One of the highlights of this tour, and why many people visit in the first place, is because there's a very large stone pyramid that rises from the grass and dirt field. The pyramid is composed of several different levels, with stairs leading from level to level. This is called the Temple of the Sun. The name was given by the Aztecs, who discovered it many centuries later abandoned. The Temple of the Sun is the largest structure in the Teotihuacan and the second largest in Mesoamerica. The original purpose of the Temple of the Sun is still unknown. The archaeologists believe it originally had an altar on the top of the temple. Therefore, it is most likely was built in honor of deity. Unfortunately, looting over the years has reduced the materials available for study. Teotihuacan is the name of Mesoamerican indigenous civilization, and it is the grandest city, one of the largest cities in Mexico. Archaeologists are still fascinated by this region. In the early 1970s, exploration below the pyramid revealed a system of caves and tunnel chambers, and other tunnels were later found throughout the city. Further discoveries were made in the ensuing decades, and in 2011, archaeologists working under the pyramid center reported finding remains of clay pots, animal bones, human figurines, and masks. In addition, walls of what appeared to be 3 early buildings were uncovered. It was announced in 2013 that workers had discovered a covered pit beneath the platform that forms as the pyramid's summit. Within the pit were 2 pillars and what was described as a figure of the god. Wow, look at that.
Good price. Buen precio te doy.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Hanging with Kareem today, man. This is absolutely fascinating. I am at the Temple of the Moon. We were talking about the connection of life, the indigenous people, how everybody came through and they built a community here. The energy flow of the snake, which is basically the energy from the sun working its way down and hitting the 7 points of the body, and then the ground is your feet. So just like anything in life, you need a positive and you need a negative. The positive is coming from the sun, the vibrant, the energy, the soul, and then your ground is your feet. So always remember that, man. Your feet always got to be grounded on something, and so you can feel the energy and the connection, man. It is an absolutely phenomenal tour. The Temple of the Moon was also given the name by the Aztecs, who discovered it centuries later. The Temple of the Moon is also the starting point, the northern landmark of its extensive urban layout of the Avenue of the Dead. This is the second largest temple besides the Temple of the Sun. The Temple of the Moon and the plaza was primarily a religious sacrifice center. The earliest human sacrifice appeared to be in 200 AD. Really feel connected with the ground here and the energy here, and it is absolutely fascinating to be on this journey.
He was telling us like how it is, not like how it was. So you feel like you were just here as it was happening, not like as it was thousands of years ago.
Right. Fascinating stuff. And to cap it all off, it's an honor to share it with a friend and to kind of see our energies kind of combined and helping each other out. And there's been multiple times of pronunciation. He's been helping me out. There's been multiple times with, something I might have remembered from the tour or what we did. I'll kind of, point out like, oh, this is why this significant area was important. And just so you guys know, there's a bunch of eagles also flying over our head. That's what you're hearing. Oh, look at that thing, dude. You guys hear it? I mean, you can't see the eagles because they're part of the spirit world, but you can hear them, and it's fascinating. Okay, so what you guys are looking at right here, that is called the Temple of the Moon. And that is lined up with the North Star. So that is kind of, you get, like when you look, I'll show you guys behind me, so the city's designed like this, shine. So you'll see the moon, it would shine right here. And this where I'm standing is where they did all the sacrifices. And the one thing that they would do with those sacrifices is they would present the heart. So they would take out the heart, and the heart would still be beating in their hands for a few minutes, because that is them offering it to the gods, offering it to the power. And once that heart stopped, that was a way of them saying that was a passage of your spirit going to the next world. Another thing is, during the full moons, you'll notice that there's a lot more energy. There's a lot more negativity. When it's a full moon, the tide is high, so your blood pressure gets higher. You get a lot more people sick. You get a lot more people in the hospital. That's where a lot more. And the famous, signal for that is when the wolves are howling at the moon, because that's the aggression, that's the frustration, that's everything that's coming out of your life. When it's the crescent of the moon, so when the moon starts, back over and you see the crescent, that is considered a low tide. So a lot of times that is the part of the body where you're healing the best. So if you have surgeries, if you have injuries, people notice that once the injury occurred on that time, that their healing process was a lot faster. Your healing process with your stress, your blood pressure, your overall energy, you're a lot more patient. So next time you're frustrated, next time you got a rough day, pay attention to the moons and the signs, because that's one way that their theory is that based off that, it's actually out of your control, believe it or not. It's connected to the spiritual world, and it's connected to your flow and energy. Crescent moon, new moon is the low tide. So those are usually the times in a month where you'll notice changes in your life. You'll notice your behavioral changes. You'll notice mood swings. You'll notice your appetite. Full moons, you're a lot more hungry because you have the aggression. Wow, what a journey. This is an absolute must, and I'm so glad I got to cross it off my bucket list. Like I said, located only 30 miles outside of downtown. This is an ultimate tour that you must put on your list. You can complete it in about a day. We started roughly about 7 a.m. and we completed roughly about 4 p.m. So it does take most of your day up, but it's highly recommended. Some of the artifacts, some of the history, and the breathtaking views and buildings are a must-see. I always recommend taking a tour guide, because they will have tons of knowledge and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you so much for following me today, for coming on this guided tour. Smash that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think and what were some of your favorite points. Or if there's something I missed, anybody can jump in and chime in and correct anything that I've done here, because once again, the knowledge comes from everybody's sources coming together, and we became one power and one knowledge, and then we kind of release it back out to the world. Hanging with Kareem. It is absolutely phenomenal today. I feel so much love. I've learned so much. And it's definitely a game changer from here on out. I want to thank you guys for coming on this journey. We still got a lot more to do in Mexico City, but I just wanted to come out and give you guys a shout out, and mad love to my dear friend Efron for coming on this journey with me, and connecting with him and hearing his stories, and also, like I said, contributing to the channel. So much love. I want to give him a quick shout out, and Mexico City, we still going, baby. All love. Temple of the Moon.